Hope you're having a great day. I'm Christine Bay, and this is 20 minutes of seated Tai Chi. No matter how your day is, you're gonna feel better after this. So we're gonna move and breathe. Seated in a chair, you can get the energy moving from head to toe. So give everything a little wiggle, a shake, a release. Let go of anything that might be stressing you out, tightening you up. Find the edge of your seat there, enough space so you're comfortably perched with your feet on the floor. I like to have my feet square on the floor to really wake up the energy from the ground up. I'm going to bring my hands into my lower dantian, that belly region, our center of gravity, right there beneath our belly button, and deep inside us. Just take a few slow breaths and just allow our thoughts to clear and the breath to settle, like you're filling a balloon down there in your belly, abdomen. Enjoy the breath. Allow it to flow and move, extending beyond your lungs and your torso there, out into the arms and legs, all the way up and down the spine. Just feel it radiate and flow. Knowing that there's really no right or wrong way to do this. Follow along, follow the flow. You don't have to remember or get anything right. Take each movement to where it feels good for you. That's really my main rule of thumb. It should be all gain, no pain. So on the next breath in, let's let our arms glide on, our hands forward and back a little. You can glide forward and back as well as you bring the hands in and forward, just gently leaning, weight shifting. And as the hands come in, you can let them slide off, turn the palms up and slide off your legs and circle around, gather in and sink your chi. A beautiful breath in and slow breath out. Connect to the legs, feel the warm palms. Notice if the back of the hands are a different temperature. Just sensing whatever's going on in your body. Circle out and around again. And if you want, I'm going to lift my heels this time. It's up to you, whatever feels right. Sink your chi. A couple more times. Let your shoulders melt and your head float a little taller as you expand, fill the lungs, settle the breath, and return. Very nice. Let your hands glide off the legs, right over the knees, float up, and let the elbows sink and the palms turn in. I'm going to glide my hands in towards my chest. I'm going to turn so you can see here. Tuck the chin a little, just a touch. Lengthen the back of the neck, then press forward, still leaving some bend in the elbows, flexing the wrists, and then watch as the hands lower, bringing your chin gently towards your chest, letting the back of the neck totally release and soften. Float up on the next breath in. We'll do a couple more of these, releasing any tension there, breathing in, filling the lungs, floating a little taller, tucking the chin. Exhale and press towards me, and then let the hands release and gaze on down at that space between your feet. Letting the shoulders melt, and then one more time, rising on the breath in. And if my breath doesn't coincide with yours, that is quite all right. Don't force it. Breathe when you need to. I'm going to exhale and slowly let the hands drift on down. And now give me a little circle, shoulder roll, rising and falling, bringing the shoulders up towards the ears and releasing, circling one way, and then circle back the other. It doesn't matter which way you go first. We go both ways on all these movements. So keep them flowing and enjoy. Let's reach up a little higher, pull down the heavens. Gather in from above and let that energy swirl around you. Hands float right down the center. Connect to your legs. Feel that warm connection. Open and return, up and around. And again, if you want, lift your heels. Feel your whole body rise. And then settle. Like a gust of wind, like a leaf blowing, and you float up, or maybe a feather. And then slowly drift back down to earth, finding your own path. Very nice. Now let the hands float off the knees, up over in front. And reach out, open and expand. Give me a great big reach. You can look from side to side if you want, and then scoop one hand under and the other on top. Hold the moon. And then reach out, breathe in. Embrace the moon, give it a hug. I'm getting prepared. Got my alarm set for, I think, 10:30 Eastern time at least. On Sunday starts an full lunar eclipse, full moon lunar eclipse, which gives us, I think they call it a blood moon. Looking forward to that. Hopefully we have some clear skies. Embrace the moon. Breathe in. Let's do one more. Scoop up and circle. One hand over the other. Now let's roll the moon and press one palm up, the other down. One can connect to your lap or right here beside you as the other reaches into the sky, and then slowly roll the moon and press and connect. A little stretch and return. Exhale. Sinking and then rising, feeling the energy float up through the top of your head, out into the fingertips, and then return right back to your center. Exhaling, rolling, connecting heaven and earth. Let's do one more like that. And return. Lovely. Let the hands float on down. Circle around once. Sync your chi. Breathe in, right in front, or if you want to take it higher, you're welcome. Anywhere you want to go with it. Come loose fists right here on the legs. So the back of my hands are just resting. Curl the fingers and thumb in, and let's toe tap and punch. Punch with the opposite fist. Circle back and let that hand rest, and then toe tap and punch. Now you can add a little knee lift and kick if you want, or continue to punch or tap, toe tap and punch. Whatever works for you. Toe tap or kick and punch. Back and forth. And you could even flex or tap the heel, flex the toes up to the sky, and either heel kick or heel tap on this next couple of sets here. I'm going to do one more set like that. Heel kick or tap. Knee can float or not. Let your hip tell you what it wants to do. Exhale and punch. And slowly return. Let the hands relax, circle around off your legs and sync your chi. Return right back to center, one hand over the other. And let's wake up the ankles, heel and toe. Just gently moving the energy all the way up and down the body. So I'm going to point and flex one foot, heel toe, and then side to side, little toe, big toe. Picking up those ankles. I recommend doing this if you've been sitting at a desk a long time and need to get up and go do something. This is a great way to get the blood flowing. Step back and over to the other foot, heel and toe. I'll even do these in bed. Before I wake up in the morning, when I get out of bed feeling good, don't want to have anything to get a little tight overnight. And so I just loosen up once I'm laying there. Doing any of these movements work in any position you choose. Slowly bring that foot back in. Let your hands circle out and around. Readjust if you need to and circle. Oh, beautiful breath in. Sink your chi and return. Very nice. Now let's let the hands glide off the knees again. Float right up or forward and lift a ball this time. Right there between your hands. Let it lower. I'm going to bring it down just to my lap and then glide the hands in and bring the ball right up the center line, like you're drawing it right up the front of your body, right here to your heart, and then extend it forward. And again, if I turn to the side, you can see better that my fingers are pointing forward as I hold that ball. Lower it down, right there to the legs, glide it in, and fingers can touch the legs or float right over them. It's up to you. And then glide the hands right at the front of the body and right there from heart center. Extend the ball and return. Breathe in. Exhale, offer the ball to a friend. And now maybe they don't want your ball, so you're just going to bring it back right here. Let the elbows melt, fingers point upwards. And I'm just going to breathe in and out, open and close, expand or inflate that balloon or ball, and let it condense as I exhale. Breathing in and out, open and close. This is a beautiful Qigong movement and a very fundamental part of our Sun style Tai Chi. comes in between each of the very many of the movements, and it's a great way to return to our center. Focus on the breath anytime you need to. Open and close, find your center, and return. Let the hands drift on down. Set that ball back down onto your lap. The hands float off and around, and sink your chi. Breathe in and return. Let the hands float up. And this time, I'm going to gently roll right into an open and close. So palms are facing each other. One, open and close. Now I'm going to turn my palms forward and just gently push forward, just over my knees. I'm not even leaning on this one, although you can if you want to. I'm just pushing my palms forward right here. And then letting them expand and open a little out just in front of my shoulders. Again, if you want to go farther, you can, but that's where I'm taking it. This is a Sun style single whip. Let the hands float on down. Glide off the legs. Rise up. One, open and close. And then push the palms forward. And this time, let's watch one hand. Keep one where it is and the other open a little to the side, angled. And then bring it right back to center. One, open and close. Push the palms forward and let's open the other hand a little to the corner. So one hand is kind of staying stationary over the knee. The other's drawing like you're drawing a bow open. And relaxing and returning back to open and close. Beautiful. Let's do that again. Back to the other side. Palms open, right in front. Watch one hand as it opens, like you're opening a curtain. Bring it back to center. One, open and close. Always returning, breathing, and centering. Press the palms open and turn and look at the other. And again, it's up to you whether you take that a little or a lot. Just to one side. Let the hands drift on down. Circle onto the legs. And around and up, overhead, sink your chi. Remember, you can lift your heels anytime you want. And lower. Sometimes I forget. That's okay. Let's lift that ball up in front, palms facing each other, and lower it back to our lap. Glide it in towards our belly button, right up to heart center, and extend the ball or offer it to our friends. And then they don't want it, so let's bring it back. Let's do one, open and close. And then one single whip, just straight ahead. Palms forward, open them both out. Right to about shoulder width. It looks like I'm going farther. I think it's because of the camera angle, but I'm just right here in front of the shoulders. Now one hand's going to glide down, glide across one leg, and then the other, and then come up, and then they're just going to switch places. And as one hand glides across my legs now, the other one floats from shoulder to shoulder. Palm facing out, the top palm facing out, the lower palm facing the legs. And this is Sun style, waving hands like clouds. One wrist flexed, the other relaxed, and spiral that energy from side to side, shoulder to shoulder, hip to hip. And as I do this movement, a lot of the movements in Tai Chi are hidden or internal. And so it's up to you how you want to drive the energy in this very nice flowing movement. But sometimes I like to think of bringing the energy across from the ground up into the opposite hand as I wave. And then I relax and shift the energy up to the other hand. And then as this hand moves across, I like to think about driving the energy through the sole of that foot up through my body. And again, creating a little bit of a spiral along my central axis as I wave through the clouds. Again, whatever feels right to you, play with it, see what it feels like to move that energy through your whole body and not just the hands and arms. Waving hands like clouds, looking out beyond that upper hand as you wave and float back and forth, side to side. Energizing, relaxing and changing, and then bringing my back across. And then let's return it right back to center. Let's do one, open and close. Let the hands drift down. And give me a little lift and sink your chi. Breathe in, rise, and return. Beautiful. Let the hands float up. Let's repeat that little sequence. So I'm going to lift the ball, Let it lower to my legs, glide it in towards my belly button, lift to my heart and present it. Bring it back in to heart center, fingers point up, one open and close. Push the palms forward, open both windows or curtains, and then let one hand glide down, come across one knee and then the other, switch places and wave through the clouds. We'll just do maybe 2 back and forth, waving hands like clouds. Sequence spiraling that energy around the front of you, through the whole body. And now as I come over to this side, let's reach out with this palm and look at it. The other palm floats up to the arm, and it's going to lower hand, this elbow hand is going to glide down across the legs. This hand's going to fold in and push straight ahead. One palm forward, the other one right here resting on that same leg. And then reach out with the other hand, switch places. Look at the open palm out to the corner here. This hand's floating in front of my elbow. It's going to ski slope down across the legs. As this one folds in, you can fan yourself if it's 80 or 90 degrees where you are. Push straight ahead and then return over to the other side. This movement is called brush knee. So this hand glides down and brushes the knee. This hand folds in and pushes straight ahead. Brush knee and push. Open and look. And leads the way, brushes the knee. The other comes into heart center and pushes straight ahead. Keep on breathing. I want you to breathe while you're doing this too. So one more time, back and forth. Let's brush knee and push. Beautiful. And then bring it right back to an open and close. Fingers point up. Give me a nice breath in and out. And let the hands glide on down. Sink your chi. Scoop out and around. Circle up. Breathe in. And return. Let's do that sequence from the top. So hands glide right off the knees. Float up. Lift the ball. Let it rise and drift back down. Glide it in towards your belly button and right up to heart center. Present the ball. Fingers forward. And then bring it in. Fingers point up. One open and close. Nice slow breath in and out. Then a single whip. Palms push forward. Open and expand right there to shoulder width. One hand relaxes. Doesn't matter which you start with. Glides across the legs. They change places. Wave through the clouds a couple times. Let's do 3 sets of clouds. A back and forth. 1. And maybe a second. Forgive me if I lose count. I often get my head lost in the clouds. I think that's 2. Let's do 1 more. Waving hands like clouds, spiraling that energy up from the earth into the hands and arms. And then return to open and close, breathing in and out. And then gently reaching out to the corner, right over the knee there with one hand. The other hand glides down to brush knee. The other one folds in and pushes. And then release. Reach out. Brush knee and push. Let's do 2 more sets of those. Breathe in. Keep on circling. One hand goes astray. That's okay. Just circle back. As long as you're spiraling those hands and keeping that energy flowing, breathing, it's all good. 1 more set. Reach and expand. Brush knee and push. Last one. Exhale and return right back to center. Fingers point up. Give me a nice breath in and open and close. Let your hands float on down. Glide down and sink your chi. Lift those heels if you want. Circle and return. Let's reach up a little higher this time. And again, reach into the heavens and lift those heels up as you gather that energy from above, pulling down the heavens and returning right back to your center. Let that energy bounce up, bubble up, rise up from your belly button, overflowing your heart, circle around and blossom deep inside you. And then exhale and release anything you don't need. Let it Drip off your fingertips. Drain out the soles of your feet, creating more space for beautiful chi. Flow that energy right down the center line. Let it rise up from deep inside you up to your heart and radiate into your hands there. Really feel it, sense it there. And then extend it out, connect out, and share your chi with everyone here, sending that light and energy radiating out and around you. Relax the hands and circle around one more time. Sink your chi. Gather in and return right where we began. Connected, one hand over the other at your lower dantian. Feel that energy moving and flowing through your whole body. Knowing you can return to that beautiful sense of flow whenever you need to. You're returning to your breath and finding your flow. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Sending you peace, love, and chi.